Hello YouTube. Hello YouTube. I'm back May 22nd, 2019. Had to take a couple weeks off from YouTube just to get, a much needed break and just get stuff back together. But I'm finally back with the politic talk. So y'all remember when I was going through the long list of candidates and counting, now it's up to 22 Democrats going up against Donald Trump for 2020 re-election. And I was saying, well, damn. Is it even possible for a Republican to actually get on the ticket, or is it just taboo for a Republican to challenge a current incumbent of the same party? But considering who's currently representing the Republican Party, I was thinking, well, maybe we can toss that tabooness out the damn window, and they're gonna get the Republican Party looking back decent. And it seems like somebody has finally came forth. Um, Bill Weld, who is a Libertarian Party nominee and a Republican Massachusetts governor, is actually going up against Donald Trump, and he is going on the Republican ticket. So it looks like I done spoken into existence. Ask and you shall receive. It looks like is he's going to be the candidate that's going to convert me over to the Republican Party as far as the president goes. Y'all know when it comes to the election, I vote split ticket. I vote some Republicans in, I vote some Democrats in that lines up with my values. But as far as the president, is this going to be the one that's going to have me darn going looking in favor of him? So let's go ahead and see what he is about. So Bill Weld on abortion, which is a good topic considering we in the midst of all these abortions just becoming rapid lately, and the talks of overturning Roe v. Wade. So with all that, even criminalizing darn going parents, they was trying to go as far as to give the woman the death penalty. I've heard rhetoric saying that the woman can't have a pregnancy soon as a heartbeat is detected at 6 weeks, even though most people don't know that they're pregnant until as late as 12 weeks. They tried to ban it even in cases of abortion and rape. And then more tweets came out from Republicans. Even one that was crazy enough to justify the rape of Republicans, talking about there's a such thing as consensual rape, which is damn ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, but a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But anyways, on the topic of abortion during this abortion time, he will remove anti-abortion language from the GOP platform. So that's already a point right there for him in the liberal department as far as being one of the main Republicans actually going against the grain of overturning Roe v. Wade. Support abortion rights, moderate stance on social issues, clinic access, and guarding a fundamental constitution right. Oh, and this is just a general background of the history that he has done on these issues. We'll go into his current issues in a moment. But I wanted to tackle on his past issues because some people act like they are for certain things just out of the blue just to get people to vote for them. But what have they done throughout their many years as a governor or a senator, House of Representatives, etc.? So that's why I'm going over these issues first. So he's been on abortion issues since 1991. But in 1997, pro-choice stance means ineligible for ambassadorship. Partial birth abortion is terrible, but don't ban it. 1997, pro-choice. Despite the Republican pro-life party platform in 1996, support a woman's right to choose as an individual. 96, and establish state pro-choice laws in case Roe gets overturned. In which we're on this subject now. Now, mind you, he came out with this proposal way back in 1991, before I was even born. Now we all the way in 2019, which is 28 years later, and now this is coming into play. I don't know why he ain't getting as much attention that he's everybody else is leading, and I don't even think he's 1 point on the darn on board. Yet dealing with abortion right now with Alabama, North Carolina starting to talk up on the rhetoric. Y'all know we in the Bible Belt over here too. Texas was trying to darn on sentence women to the death penalty for darn on having abortions. Everything. With all that's going on, I don't know why he ain't being mentioned as much, and he's the darn on strongest candidate with the most consistent history dealing with abortion issues. So I would love for his camp to get him pushed out more on there as far as being more liberal on the pro-choice. It shouldn't even be a liberal or a conservative thing. It just should be, the right thing to do. Whether you're a Republican woman, a liberal woman, it should be the woman's right to choose. Now, y'all know I do say though, as far as late term abortions, I'm not for that unless it's a medical emergency. I don't understand aborting a baby at 8 to 9 months, and I also agree that if the baby was survives an abortion, it should be incubated to health and given up for adoption. I don't believe in killing the baby outside of the womb either. So for all of those cases that happen, I'm not for that. But as far as forbidding a woman from getting an abortion during rape, incest, or as early as 6 weeks, I'm totally against that. So I'm very moderate on this issue. I'm for the woman's right to choose as long as it's not over. Preferably, in my opinion, it should be 12 weeks. But if we want to go to month 4 and 5, okay. Me personally, if I had it my way, I would set the limit at 12 weeks for the woman to choose freely. Anytime after that, it has to be a dire medical emergency that will affect the woman's health. So next is Bill Weld on budget and economy. And once again, going all the way back to 1996. In 2016, most recently, he cut 20% waste in every federal agency. I was one of the most physically conservative governors May 2016. So once again, appealing to the Republican Party base. Abolish wasteful programs and support balanced budgets. Way back in '96. Balanced budget in downturn after boom decade of the spending. And that is back in 1996. I've been trying to cut back on Mountain Dew, y'all. I got my darn on sparkling water with me. This is the orange mango flavor. But anyways, there's civil rights bills, supports gay marriage, and it's a shame to say that's a rather rarity to see a Republican that's full out for gay marriage. Although it's very recent, but never too late. Although I tell you, sometimes you got to be careful with the people who jump on it as late as the current year. It's like, okay, let's see if he has some other stuff that's from years in the past. I see something from 1997, so I might have to eat my words real quick. 1990 established MA African Caribbean American Commission. Now I'm actually going to show my ignorance. I'm not even familiar with what that is, but that sounds like that's something good for the black community in America. So that might be a possible point with them on for as far as the black vote. Marriage equality is dictated by Equal Protection Clause, June 2016. Delivered homely at two delivered homely at two same-sex weddings all the way back in 2005. Okay, so I guess he has shown in history before it became popular to do, because most people jumped on equality for LGBT in 2015, so he was 10 years ahead. $1 million for homosexual youth office coordinator in '97. Okay, so nearly 20 years before it was popular. 95, reaffirmed commitment to affirmative action. We shouldn't have discrimination in housing and employment. 1996, 23 years ago. Honey, that's going to be real interesting to run on, and considering that you're going up against a current president incumbent whose housing agency was not too keen on people that look like me. And then overturn California Proposition 8, let gays marry. I thought they was already having the right to marry in California. California, oh, you know, city. Okay, so I'm confused on that one. overturn California Prop 8. I'm gonna have to look into that one because I always thought California was the one, the state that you could marry in. But okay. Bill Weld on corporations, no stance yet recorded. So on to the next, on to the next. Let's see. Bill Weld on crime, prosecute police for civil rights violations, 2016. Okay. Prosecute organized crime for 7 years in the Justice Department. Oppose weekend furloughs for convicted murderers and rapists. Okay. When we catch the bad guys, we got to hammer them. 96. Okay. When we catch the bad, okay. Support death penalty for cop killers. Oh, okay. Now, if you was to add the vice versa, support the death penalty for the darn on cops that are ruthlessly killing people left and right, I'll be with you on that one too. I am for a darn on death penalty for cop killers, but I'm also for the death penalty of cops who are caught killing people unjustly. I.e., Philando Castile, Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland, etc. Tough on taxes, tough on crime, 92. And then we got his stance on drugs, tighten opioid prescription rules to keep them off the street, 2016. Well, we already done cleaned up the opiates for the most. Yeah, we already starting in the direction on that one, so I don't know how you gonna fear on that on the ticket. 100 million Americans who smoke dope are not criminals. Okay. Substance abuse cases should not go to criminal or prison. Favors medical marijuana and needle exchange programs. Favors clean needle giveaways to drug addicts all the way back in 97. And less welfare for drug users, toughen sentences for offenders. I actually agree with him on that one. Now everybody else say it's too damn expensive, but I am actually for darn gone drug testing on welfare recipients. It's like it's too many people I personally know. And I'm talking about to the tune of it's enough people darn on I know that get stamps and $400 of it's going to the damn crack man. Yet y'all wouldn't give this bitch a darn on some stamps, and I was $2 over the budget. So yeah, I'm actually for that one right there. Uh, 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 if we could propose a way to officially, monitor people, and hell, bring back the darn on snitching towards certain, honey, I will be a snitch for that. Darn gonna getting darn gonna certain people off food stamps. Honey, you do it for certain jobs. You calling darn on you calling people in for performance enhancement drugs such as Serena Williams who ain't never, but anyways, that's a whole nother darn on story. Y'all over here worried about multi-millionaires on some damn steroids who have shown to be natural born athletes. But that's another story. But as far as welfare and just this is where we should be darn on focusing on as far as who's shooting up, getting darn on stamps and just selling it on the damn street. Another video for another day. That just brought me to a situation last week concerning somebody. But yeah, y'all just subscribe to find out about that situation. Bill Weld on education. Prefers state input on education, not one national standard. Established the first 25 charter schools in Massachusetts. Okay. And to preserve the time, I ain't gonna just go through all this. Y'all can actually freeze and look at the issues. Because if I go all through this narrating, it'll be like an hour-long video. Probably still be an hour anyway, but shoot, at least it won't be 2 hours. This might get him some brownie points. Man, a Republican that's serious on the environment issue Because everybody else in this darn on party seems to be denying darn on climate change. Okay. Oh, now that's interesting. He supports term limits all the way back in 1996. Mm, I don't know about this one over here. Yeah, he's gonna lose on the healthcare argument. I don't think we should phase down our nuclear stockpile. We just need to stop producing it. It's like we already got more weapons than 7 times the combined of everybody else in the world. So I wouldn't darn gonna say decrease our numbers. It's just we don't need to make any more, and that would actually save us to the tune of over $500 billion a year. Actually, by taking out the stocking up on nuclear weapons and also getting people out of Africa. I already mentioned about honey is two major things that keeps darn on the army in Africa, and an active war is not one of them. Just doing that alone, it will automatically cut the military budget by over half. So we don't have to, decrease it by 20% if you could just darn on fix the main issue of why they over there in Africa in the first place. Okay, pretty decent on that. Maybe give them a little bit more talking point right there. Hmm. I don't know enough about this subject to go make an opinion on this, but okay. So far, he's doing fair enough. Like I said, I'm a very mute on certain issues on this, but that's pretty much him in a whole nutshell. He has enough doggone moderate points where he should have somewhat of a chance, at least on the Republican ticket. Now, if he was going as a Democrat, I see why he wouldn't doggone. Uh, I see why he wouldn't necessarily get it because it's a little bit too, mm, just moderately enough. It should be a little bit more favorable. Not nothing. It wasn't one thing that really struck out to me that really sets him apart. But as far as Republicans go, he should at least win the darn old Republican ticket as far as 2020 is concerned. Okay, now that we got the summary out the way, hopefully looking at this page will darn gonna lighten the mood because I mean I can respect him on his position, but it was bringing me down a little bit as far as it wasn't enough to really make me darn gonna say woo about him. Like I was looking at darn gone Andrew Yang's platform, like I just glossed over that whole encyclopedia of stuff that he was darn gone proposing, and just darn gone looking through it had me excited. I haven't even looked at it yet because I want y'all to get my full reaction on Andrew Yang whenever I get the time to do that video. I promise y'all I'll try to do it next week. Next week, by the end of next week, I want to finally try to get Andrew Yang on out the way. But here's where Bill Weld would challenge President Trump in 2020. What are his chances? That's what I would like to know. Okay, now we're about to get into on what his first 100 days in office would be like. First thing I would do would be to cut spending, which has not been done, and basically Congress and the president together are spending us towards bankruptcy. People think that can't happen, but when I come into office in Massachusetts, the outgoing Secretary of Admission Finance that January said that the state is bankrupt, it can't pay its bills, and if the Chinese stop buying our treasury bills, we keep piling on $1 trillion a year of debt. We won't be able to pay those bills either. I don't think people realize that seriousness of that. But we do need an economic conservative in Washington to change that. After you cut spending, then you have some more tax cuts, and then you can have more tax cuts, and I think that helps the economy. But you have to cut spending first. That's probably the number one thing of this thing. No, I'm 50-50 on that. Okay. I never met a tax cut I didn't like. I cut taxes 21 times. Okay. I think probably the first tax I would go on to cut would be to further lower the capital gains tax because I think that's very good for the economy, influences investment decisions, and we people decide to invest that has a spillover effect on the employment rate. So I would go there. I also, this is just a pet peeve of mine, but I don't think the death estate tax, the federal death tax, almost amounts to double taxation and it penalizes people for a lifetime of work. Okay, I can agree with him on that one. Those are not terrible expensive tax cuts, so there'd be a good place to start as opposed to further cutting taxes like the income tax of general application because that would be very expensive down the line. I might want to take Lord, right now, I don't think he's going to be the candidate for me. Like I said, I thought it was at first, but honey, this is just putting me to sleep. I can't even get through a full sentence without darn on feeling drained. Okay, everybody agrees that Donald Trump is an ass on this issue. So this ain't making them stand out either. Okay, pretty much. I wanted to be hopeful, y'all, but okay, come back, folks. I wanted to be hopeful, y'all, but looking at this, it doesn't excite me. You know, I, I didn't hear no mention. Did y'all just hear a car horn outside? I hope that didn't come through on camera. I already got my darn gone fan blowing. I got my darn gone clothes in the dryer. That noise sounds loud. But anyways, as far as him, yeah, Bill Weld, I was rooting for you, but it's a no for me, honey. I don't see too much on this. Like I said, I didn't hear reparations. I didn't hear no increase to the minimum wage. I think we should. I ain't hear nothing about darn on student loan forgiveness. I ain't hear none of that. I heard about him punishing darn on police killers, but the main issue is police killing darn on innocent people. I mean, police signed up to be in the line of danger. Darn on people walking down the street, they think they would get killed. Hell, there's a darn on major internet. I mean, a major national news about somebody in Chicago that got mistaken for a bank robber, and the police just went in his house and darn on shot him dead in front of his darn on senior citizen mother that he took care of. Now she's in the darn on Weston home. Cause you know shot her son in cold blood for mistaken identity. Didn't get no warrant or anything. Came in, didn't have no uniform on. Didn't explain that you was a cop or nothing. Just shot him down. And then soon that would be darn on swept under the rug. He'd get acquitted. Hell, where's the darn on death sentences and proposals for officers like that? Where's the death proposals for the darn on officers who are caught out here playing crack cocaine on people and have had multiple people sentenced to 50 years for some crack rock that wasn't even theirs? Darn on the camera and everything. Got police officers going into the darn on houses of deceased people, ambulance come and get the person, you double back and darn on you getting the darn on person's pain medication out the house. But it never makes it to the darn on evidence room. So yeah, all those issues alone, from not mentioning nothing about the corruption in the police department, not addressing Black Lives Matter issues, nothing about raising minimum wage. Now I give them some points on the global warming and a little bit talking about the military. But even the military, like I said, that was very laissez-faire on that topic. So yeah, I don't think I want to be voting for Bill so far. Honey, y'all bring up another darn on Republican candidate because I don't think this one's gonna be the one for y'all. But that's my thoughts. Y'all leave y'all's down below. Like I said, just looking over this darn about made me go to sleep. because I didn't see not one issue that really struck out to me. So y'all go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah. I think I want to do Andrew Yang's next finally. That way the mood can be brought up because I know it's like I don't have the best narrator voice as it is, but when a topic is boring, it's just. So yeah, we'll do Andrew Yang next. So look out for that video coming soon.